Welcome to this week's episode of Fuel. I'm Ian Gordon along with Dennis Pitzebarger and Nick Miles. Nick, what's on this week's show?
On this week's show, two behind the wheels, the 2007 Nissan Versa and also the 2007 Honda Civic Hybrid. And then we'll be in the pits with Ty from Baxter Auto Parts.
And it all starts right now.
Welcome back to the Fuel Show. Still to come, Fuel News, our second behind the wheel, the 2007 Honda Civic Hybrid, and we'll be in the pits with Ty from Baxter Auto Parts. But now time to turn to our first behind the wheel, the 2007 Nissan Versa. Now, the Versa is Nissan's new entry-level vehicle. It replaces the Sentra in the Nissan lineup. It's made in Mexico, and this vehicle will cost you between $12,000 and $15,000. We're expecting some new trim levels next year in the Versa, and one of those is expected to be the Nismo Versa. Well, Dennis and Ian take a first look at the 2007 Nissan Versa.
The first category for the 2007 Nissan Versa is Q Factor. It's the gadget or tech score. And when you're talking about an entry-level vehicle like the Nissan Versa, not traditionally a high score for us.
Well, unfortunately, that's what you get with an entry-level vehicle. It's not a lot of bells and whistles, but that's okay. This little Versa does come with standard CD player, and there is, strangely enough, power windows and power mirrors that are available as an option. There's a couple packages too that we'll mark here for Q Factor. The Sport package added a little arrow. Maybe we'll talk about that in the curb appeal section. But really, when you're buying a vehicle like this, you're looking for things like analog brakes and standard airbags, and it does have it. But there is one little package we want to mark.
Yeah, there is a convenience package that offers Bluetooth connectivity, a keyless entry, and then the audio controls on the steering wheel. So you can get some of those upper-level features in this entry-level vehicle.
Sure, and it makes the price a little higher than that standard $12,000 to get in the door, but how are we going to score it?
We'll give it a 3 for Q Factor for the 2007 Nissan Versa. The next category for the 2007 Nissan Versa is curb appeal. It's how the car looks from the street, and well, it does uniquely look like a Nissan, and it kind of looks like a shrunken Quest to me.
That's an interesting little observation there, Ian. It does kind of look like a shrunken Quest. There's nothing wrong with that. It is, like you said, distinctively Nissan. It has an overall look that is more utilitarian than it is for sport or for looks. There's no big 20-inch wheels or optional performance package. I mean, there is a little appearance package you can buy that adds a chin spoiler and some monochromatic trim items, but for all intensive purposes, it is an entry-level vehicle. We're not going to score it too high in curb appeal simply because, well, it's entry-level and people are not all that impressed with it overall because that's not what they're buying it for. But how are we going to score it, Ian?
Well, for the Honey I Shrunk the Quest, 2.75 for the Nissan Versa. The next category for the 2007 Nissan Versa is performance, and it's a 1.8-liter four-cylinder. Not exactly going to be tearing down the quarter mile.
No, 122 horsepower and 127 pounds-feet of torque. It isn't going to be winning Le Mans anytime soon. But hey, you know what? The Nissan does add a little bit of excitement to it. One of their little marketing ploys is the fact that they bring excitement, they bring power, more of whatever you're looking for. And I think they do that with the little Nissan. It has kind of a zippy feel behind the wheel. It has good steering feedback to the driver, solid brakes. And I think that overall, someone that buys this type of vehicle is going to be happy with it. No, it's not going to set the world on fire, but it is going to make your everyday drive something less than boring. Ian, how are we going to score it?
We'll give it 3 for performance for the Nissan Versa. The next category for the 2007 Nissan Versa is fit and finish. It's the overall build quality of a car. And I really do like the material choices for this car. Inside it feels plush and appointed, and there's a ton of room, especially in the back seat for full-size adults.
And that's one of the things that's kind of interesting about the little Versa. It is their entry-level vehicle, and I don't mean to beat that statement up too much in this segment, but the realities of what they've chosen for interior materials, as far as the seats, they obviously have things like Scotch Guard and stain resistance that are on the vehicle, but it's the way that they make it look more expensive than it really is on the inside, and I think that's a real high point for this vehicle.
Yeah, interior controls are also very easy to use. It's a simple car to drive, a simple car to, just be a passenger in and store all your goods.
Sure. Well, Ian, how are we going to score it?
We'll give it 3.5 for fit and finish for the Nissan Versa. The final category for the 2007 Nissan Versa is drivability. It's the overall usefulness of a car, and with 50.4 feet of cubic cargo room, that's pretty useful.
Well, sure, and you got to agree with me, Ian. The idea of someone buying a car like this for everyday use, for getting people in and out of the car, for fuel mileage, for reliability, it's something that people are going to find in the little Versa. No, it's not my favorite car I've ever tested, but it will do certain things well. It'll get you to and from work. It'll do it with a reliability factor that's high, and I think it'll do it with things that people are looking for, which is safety items, security, and also mileage. It kind of wraps up a full package, and I think it's a great new entry level for Nissan.
It does. It's also got the simple button controls, like we said, and it's easy in and out for everybody. So, elderly or handicapped people can get in and out of quite easily. It's also got the great materials that we talked about in the interior. So overall, pretty solid drivability score.
Absolutely. How are you going to score it, Ian?
3.75 for drivability for the Nissan Versa.
Let's see how Dennis and Ian scored the 2007 Nissan Versa. For Q Factor, they gave it a 3.0. In curb appeal, how the vehicle looks from the curbside, it was a 2.75. In performance, a 3.0. In fit and finish, they gave it a 3.5. And finally, in drivability, the overall usefulness of a vehicle, it was 3.75. The total score for the 2007 Nissan Versa was 16.0 out of a possible 25. Still to come on Fuel, we'll take a look at the Honda Civic Hybrid. We'll be in the pits with Ty from Baxter Auto Parts. And when Fuel returns, we'll have all the industry news you need.